Do you know that as a Long Beach High School student, you are eligible for a membership at Keesler Federal Credit Union? Keesler Federal is more than a bank. It's a credit union and a not-for-profit financial cooperative. This means you share in the ownership. We work to help you prosper, not investors. Keesler Federal offers a wide variety of financial products and services, great rates and extra benefits, such as free checking and savings account, free online and mobile banking, and an annual savings contest. So come in with a parent and talk to one of our friendly team members about what Keesler Federal can do for you. When you join, you are a member for life, and we will be there for every step of your financial journey. Going the extra mile for our members since 1947, Keesler Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a customer, you are family.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pain.
Glass Doctor is a proud supporter of Long Beach schools. Call Glass Doctor for all your home, auto, and business glass needs.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh yeah!
Yes, sir. This is the Long Beach Broadcast Network. This is Hunter Dawkins with the Coaches Show. Hunter Dawkins here with Coach Kevin Hunt. We're going to talk a little bit about, what's happened the last couple weeks. I mean, I haven't been here because we had Thanksgiving week last week, Coach. But we'll talk a little bit about where you guys are at right now, what you're doing, and what you have coming up. Let's talk first about you're showing me the video clips of Bay High, the game y'all won. I don't remember, you said the score, but I think it was 41-40 or.
We ended up winning. What was the score for the big game?
And by the way, this is Coach Kevin Hunt, Long Beach basketball coach, men's basketball coach.
We ended up losing by winning by 3 or 4 points.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was somewhere in the ballpark of that. Mm-hmm. But what we want to really talk about here is the exact points of what they're doing on offense, where we can go, and what you guys need to work on too. Mm-hmm. So Coach, just go ahead and start us off with where we're at.
All right, right here we're down 30-25 with 2 minutes left in the game, playing solid defense. We actually made a harder game than what it should have been. We held the 2 points in the first half. It was 15-2. We weren't putting points on the board, and we should have made the game a lot easier than what it was. But the youth took over in some stretches. But right here, we get a good call, offensive foul on them. And
I was going to say, that was an illegal screen put right there?
Yeah,
okay.
On them. And this one we started really turning it up. In this sequence right here, we're going to go down. We're not going to score on this, but the intensity, you can tell.
And this is, you have McGee playing at point, bring the ball up court?
Yeah, that's McGee, number 3.
Oh, number 3, okay.
My freshman, number 1, Newkirk. Number 2, a freshman. And number 14 is a sophomore. We have the one senior out there.
Okay.
So we can go ahead a little bit because the free throws, he makes one and missed the other one. So let's go ahead. All right, this is stretch where we're going to start playing really, really good defense. They really couldn't get a hold of what we were doing on the defensive end.
Good steal.
We just wasn't scoring. We was holding them. We just wasn't scoring. And right here, we didn't turn the heat off. We kept it on.
We put a trap right there, Coach.
Yep.
And they turned it all over on the sideline.
Turned over on the sideline, and it really got us going. That's how we want to play. I try to tell the boys, we can do this the whole game if we stay out of foul trouble.
Okay.
But getting silly fouls, then I have to pull them back, and that's not our style of play. We want to get after you. We shoot the open shot. We'll be patient with it. Like this right here was a good entry pass. We just missed it. And good hustle, but they end up calling the foul. So, hey, that's another thing. I was proud of my boys, At the end, I'm not saying it went one-sided, but...
Well, Coach, if you don't mind stopping us for a second, when we're reaching out and talking about that with as far as the foul trouble, how deep do you go in the bench? I mean, what are you looking at as far as for positions and that?
Honestly, I try to go at least 10, but realistically, probably 7 or 8. realistically.
Sure.
You know, I try to go 10. I only dress what, 11 players.
And that's what you told me before in the preseason, that you generally like to play guys that you have dressed out.
So we want to go 10 deep, but, you know, with the youth that we have, you know, I really can't go there because some games are too big for some of the guys 'cause they're too young. So, like this game right here, I cut the rotation down. I started 2 guys, but they didn't play much the rest of the game, you know. So,
And this is a great old school gym, the Wilmer Seymour Gymnasium in Bay St. Louis. Great gym. You know, I've seen many games here before, and the upper trenches.
yeah, I love the
one of
atmosphere.
The
I
old
love that.
school gyms. Yep. So
yeah, I love that atmosphere.
So, Coach, sorry, you can keep going.
All right, so we decided, you know, I told him, I said, just keep it on them, keep the pressure on them.
Full court press, man to man. Yep.
Run and jump. The closest one to the ball, go to the ball. Then we get the steal.
Steal by McGee to
And
Newkirk
Newkirk for the 3.
in the corner. Nice shot.
And now we're trailing by 2.
Okay.
It's like 40 seconds left. We turn it over,
There you go.
and we come right back at it. You know, that's what I'm trying to teach them. No let down. You know, if we can do this from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, we'll be all right. It just, you know, you get in foul trouble, you're not deep. You can't play the way you want to play.
Sure. Okay. So you got Newkirk inbound the ball. Okay.
That's Leroy Cameron, my freshman.
Leroy
guard.
Cameron passed to
To
Newkirk.
McGee. That's McGee
Or
who passed to Newkirk.
Passed to Newkirk. Corner wing shot, bam.
And
There
if you
go.
can see, it was no hesitation. I didn't mad, but it was no hesitation on that shot.
He was looking hot all the way through.
Yeah.
Coach.
So and we just kept the
pressure.
pressure on him. Even when we took the lead, I kept the pressure on. Normally, when you know you worried about foul trouble, you might bag him up and say, "Nope, let's go ahead and put the pressure on him and end the game." And we end up winning the game. And at the end of the game, something that's funny that happened at the end of the game. They had 6 people on the court.
Oh wow.
And you'll see me running to the referee, telling the referee, say, we got it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not complaining about nothing, but 6 people on the court. We're only up 2. Yeah, we was up 2 or 3. And they have 6 people, throw it to a person, hit a 3.
Yep. There you go.
You know, so, but that's.
Well,
that's
it's important you got the W more than anything else.
Yeah,
Coach.
yeah, that's it, yeah.
Well, tell us now what happened a little bit later on in the week during the St. Martin tournament.
And then we ended up playing D'Iberville, a pretty good team. And like I said, that game we should have won.
7A school that absolutely has played very well, beat Pass Christian, beat a bunch of teams that you guys have played.
Yeah, they had us down early, and then we fought back, and we actually we took the lead, and they came and scored, and we was about to score and take another lead and had a turnover. It was 41-42, and we had a fast break. You know, they called travel, so it's turnover. Like I tell my players, it's turnover.
Sure.
But we went toe-to-toe with one of the better teams in the coast, and I think we only lost by 5 or 6 points.
Sure,
You know,
absolutely.
so that's, you know, I don't like more victories, but with a young team like that, you got to take it where you can get
And it was on the road, too.
on the road. Yep.
Yep, so.
And then we ended up playing St. Martin, and the team that we lost in overtime to at our place. And with the young kids, you just never know who come to play. And,
Exactly.
And we didn't come to play, and they ended up getting us by 15 or something like that. So we didn't come to play, but the good thing about it, we have them again
Sure.
next week.
Okay.
We got Gaucher. We have Gaucher today.
Okay.
And that's one of the ones that I feel if we don't self-destruct, we get that win.
Yeah, and absolutely. And, you know, we will not be able to see this until Thursday to know the result of it. But I certainly agree with you. The more home games you show the young kids, the more fans that come out and about, it's definitely going to show for y'all success. Talk to me about the district, where you're setting up at least for your first district matchup and where you're setting up at least throughout the year.
Yeah, that's a doozy. The first one is Pascagoula. You
Yep.
know, we opened up with Pascagoula. You know, that's
And by the way, Pascagoula 6A runner-up champ last year.
the
So.
top program, one of the top programs in the state. You
Yep.
know, so and they reloaded. They didn't go down. They added more players. You know, got a lot better. They're a lot better than they were last year.
Yep.
Even though they lost Dorian, who was a great player, I think adding the kid from Mouse Point makes them that much better because now they have a really inside presence.
Yeah.
So
Well, and Coach Wright's done a fantastic job there so far. So yeah, absolutely.
yeah, he does a great job with them, and it's just one of those deals where they where we want to be. So my thing is they're in our district, so I try to play tough teams to get prepared for the Pascagoula.
Sure.
And so, when we play them, it's not going to be a surprise. They're not going to be shell shocked. They used to playing that type of.
Well,
team.
and this early on in the year, Coach, this helps set your foundation of where you guys need to build because you're playing the best. Now you need to show your guys, hey, this is where we want to be. How can we get there? So.
Yeah, and it's one of those deals too where, like I said, a young team, we'll play great against a Pascagoula or D'Iberville, and then we'll play a team that's more to our level, and we just go to sleep. And then we end up seeing a score of a St. Patrick beating us by 15. I'm not saying St. Patrick's not a good team, but they're not on the level of a Pascagoula or D'Iberville. And you see D'Iberville beat Pass, and Pass, probably my worst loss since I've been at Long Beach was the Pass.
Sure.
And D'Iberville beat them. So it's like it's up and down with the young team. And it's like that throughout the coast. You see different scores like, man, Van Cleve beat St. Patrick's. So we just got to keep grinding. I'm trying. My biggest thing is with these kids right here is not to be selfish. When I tell them, they thinking, oh, you don't want me to shoot the ball. I said, no, it ain't about shooting the ball. Selfish is you're not happy when the next man is doing good.
Sure.
Selfish is when everybody cheering for you, but you don't cheer for them. It has nothing to do with if you passing the ball or not. It's your body language, how you sitting on the bench when your teammates in. Because if you're a selfish player, not going to pay attention to what's going on, then when you get in the game, he don't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and you told me earlier about ups and downs of kids that age. Not to be too negative on yourself, but not to be too positive on yourself either.
And that's the thing. They after the Bay game, I saw it. They were high. They was. Well, I'm saying to myself, we got to get ready for D'Iberville.
Exactly.
And they came in for the most part. I was proud of them against D'Iberville, and then we had a letdown against St. Martin.
Sure.
Because in their mind, we went to overtime. Oh, we can get this. Instead of keeping the same mindset is, if we don't play hard, we're going to get beat.
Sure,
so
absolutely. Well, talk to us, Coach, too, about what's upcoming for the rest of the season, at least for 2024, before we get to 2025. You guys have the Friendly City Classic coming up.
Yes, that's going to be the first annual that we're going to have here at Long Beach. Friendly City Classic. I got teams coming from Louisiana. I have state champion Crescent City coming, St. Aug, Edna Carr, West Jeff. I used to coach there. West Jeff. We have Sarah T. Reed, Independence coming down. Then we also have the Ocean Springs, D'Iberville, Moss Point, us, Gulfport, Biloxi. No, not Biloxi. Yeah, Biloxi. Oh, so we got the team. We get a pretty good lineup.
Well, if you're talking from a football perspective, because I've coached in Louisiana too, that's a pretty good football roster all the way across the board. So.
That's a dangerous football roster. You would rather play them in basketball, even though the basketball winning and stuff. Yeah. The football in the car, they had a show about them.
Exactly.
And I think they're undefeated right now. Probably going to win another state title. So.
Exactly.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and that's good because it'll show where Long Beach and where the state of Mississippi is against Louisiana teams, of course, and as they've always wanted a competitive rally. I mean, back in the day with the Coliseum, they used to have the Coliseum shootout where they would have Louisiana teams come in and play in that same type of atmosphere, Coach. And, hopefully you guys can be granted that with one of those schools at least in the future also.
Yeah, that's the plan, to make the Friendly City Classic a tournament, not just a round robin.
Yeah.
I want to make it a tournament because I also have Washington Marion out of Lake Charles coming in.
Wow, there you
go.
So
North Pike, they're coming. So we got the teams this year, but I want to expand right now. I couldn't do the tournament this year because I want to make sure just to get our feet
Everybody
wet.
showed up.
Everybody showed up, and they see the type of tournament we put on, they'll want to come back. So. And with a tournament, I think it'll rival Showdown at the Lake. It'll rival All-State Sugar Bowl.
Nice.
If we do it right, because All-State Sugar Bowl that's a big tournament.
It's a big tournament.
Big time tournament. So if we do it right, we can end up having one of the perennial tournaments of a holiday season.
Absolutely.
And playing teams like that, because I already talked to some teams in Arkansas. I'm looking at when I make the
I know you previously coached there too.
Yeah, so if I can get them to come down, and I'm always going to have the local teams because
that's right.
You can have a tournament with teams from out of state everywhere, but you don't have the local teams.
It's not going to get the
Yeah.
following. So, yeah, absolutely. 100% I would agree with that. That being said, Coach, where are you guys at right now? What are you looking forward to offensively, defensively, on your inbounds plays, on your breaking the press? Where is the Long Beach High School Bearcats at?
Right now, we at the stage where they still not trusting each other. But when they do, you can see that it works. Like I tell them, I say, look, you run the set. When you run the set, we score. When you go off and do your own thing, what happens? So it's just being young, you feel that I have to put the team on my back. Really, you don't. Just run your sets. And I tell them, I give everybody green light to shoot, long as you within the frameworks of the set.
Sure.
And so once they do that, when I see them, especially defensively, when they do your job, that's the motto we have, do your job. When you do your job and stop trying to say, well, he was supposed to be here. No, don't worry about that. We'll deal with that. Just do your job. Because a lot of times when you're trying to cover for someone, they might not be wrong. Mm-hmm. And then when you're trying to cover for them, you make yourself wrong, you out of position. And that's how teams end up breaking our press, or we end up losing the ball by getting pressed because we're not doing our job.
Well, and from my opinion, Coach, and from my opinion, being a basketball coach for a little while, showing the young kids especially, this game film, and one against St. Martin, which is a really dominant 7-8 team in the past history, where you guys brought them into overtime, and y'all were down most of the game, and then came back to the end. And then this game against Bay High, who's been a hugely successful team in the past 15 years, at least on the boys level, it's really going to help their character. I really think that you guys are headed in the right direction, and I think that with that, this is a step forward. And
it's. I'm like I said, I always want to win every game, but as a coach, you building something, and I'm looking at that we're better today than we were when we started.
That's right.
And if we can keep on improving like that, I'm good. But at the same time, like I tell the boys, look, I'm tired of these more victories.
That's right.
We need to go ahead and put it together and make a run, because the season, like I said, this Mississippi is who playing the best at the end.
Exactly.
And I might have one of my starters back. He's getting the pins out of his hand next week.
Okay.
So that's just a matter of pain tolerance.
Right before the Friendly City Classic, you guys.
Well, he won't be able to play with that.
Okay.
He won't be able to play then, but I have him when we come back from the break.
Okay.
More than likely, I have him, and then also I have another kid that's coming back December 20th, S.J. Valentine.
Okay.
So that'll give me some more strength, aggressiveness,
some more depth at least. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll be peaking at the right time, because my young kids, like I said, they're young right now, and they're getting taller during the season. So I just gotta hold the course and keep everybody together. Even if we don't add any more players, like next year, some new kids come in.
Sure.
I think with the group we have right here, we can make a run.
This is definitely a good conglomeration of guys you have, and at least not only from shooting level, from defense, from really playing together. And I guess, the only thing is what I tell everybody, just need some size. But you guys got some guys growing too.
Yeah, they're growing. So like you got McGee, my guard, sophomore guard. When I first got here last year, he was just as small as number 14.
Yep.
And so he's steady shooting up. He's complaining about his knees hurting. I'm like, man, that's growing pains. I went through it.
That's right.
So, and then we have Skylar Hill. He's about 6'3".
Yep.
He's
been
learning
great
the
on
game.
JV ball
Yep.
too.
And
exactly.
I actually put him into the starting lineup the last couple games, but I saw that it was a little bit too much for him, and so I got to just retool him again and just get him back up. But
get him back into JV games, which is great.
Yeah, and we playing JV. I'm playing all of them JV today.
Okay.
Even McGee gonna play some 2 quarters of JV.
And I assume y'all are playing JV against Pascagoula too as well,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's another episode for success if you guys have that from there.
Because the way I look at it, the more minutes they log, the better they get. Because you can do drills and practice all day, but until you go against somebody else, and with the JV piece of it, I'm not saying the JV players are on a lower level, but it's not as tough as that varsity level. So.
Of course. But as you and I both agree, Coach, getting from the varsity, you have to start somewhere. And we wish you guys the best success this week. We hope everything works out, and we'll be on the call not only for tonight's game, even though this game will be later aired. I'll try to be there on Friday night too when you guys play against Pascagoula. Coach, absolutely wish you the best.
I appreciate you.
Hunter Dawkins, Long Beach Broadcast Network. We'll get back with you. We'll see you next week. This is Coach Kevin Hunt. Once again, Hunter Dawkins.